Pre-COVID, the Bronx was enjoying a number of economic gains. COVID wiped out all those economic gains.
A nonprofit in the Bronx is making sure seniors don't have to go hungry.
BronxWorks is helping residents, everyone from toddlers to seniors, get through the unprecedented challenges of the coronavirus.
The pandemic really took a hold of the city and in particular the borough.
The New York City Department of Education has distributed 16,000 iPads to kids in shelters all over the city. But when I spoke with him last month, he said they couldn't use them. Like many shelters throughout the city, theirs does not have Wi-Fi.
In the Bronx, a food pantry is changing the way it does things to serve people during the coronavirus crisis.
New York City remains on pause, and many continue to work to protect the health of those living on the streets and in homeless shelters.
We saw the Bronx become the epicenter, the highest numbers of hospitalizations, highest number of deaths.
Those experiencing very high poverty have a COVID-19 death rate that's more than double that of those living in low poverty.
A drastic increase in the number of people needing food.
Back in March, they handed out food to 108 people. Compare that with May, when they helped 788 people. That's a jump of 630%.
A nonprofit group teamed up with a local business to make sure some of Bronx's most vulnerable residents don't go hungry during this time.
There would be high levels of unemployment and the inability to put food on the table.
Organizers say they expect more people to need their services, with the supplemental unemployment benefits coming to an end.
While we're continuing with the pandemic, we're facing really historic high unemployment.
COVID-19, like in many other places, has led to a big spike in the number of people out of work, with 25% of the workforce unemployed.
Roughly 24% of residents there will have faced a food shortage by the end of the year. Since the start of the pandemic, BronxWorks says it has seen an over 60% increase in demand for food and nutrition services.
Senior citizens who live independently are still having a tough time securing appointments.
If they don't know how to do it and they don't have someone to help them, it's really been difficult.
A pop-up vaccination site is just what senior citizens have been waiting for.
The organization prioritized seniors and eligible community members and even transported a dozen residents from Soundview Senior Housing to make their appointment.
Our medical director actually recently got access to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So we've been doing that here at the drop-in center recently, and that's been successful.
It's all important. Everyone needs to get vaccinated.
My name is Tom Watson, and I'm a member of the BronxWorks Board of Directors. Despite the challenges that we face, we do have to look to the future.
We prioritize safety and education for our street homeless population, as well as our clients indoors.
We provided COVID-19 testing at our supportive housing locations alongside virtual and in-person education for our residents. We really brought stability to our clients, many of whom suffer from severe mental illness and trauma.
We spend a lot of time just talking to them and getting their stories, and hopefully we can engage with them and then get them in for treatment.
We maintained our strong relationships with them when most other aspects of their normal lives were cut off.
When it became clear remote learning would be here for the foreseeable future, we knew our family shelter residents would need reliable internet access. BronxWorks worked quickly and got reliable wireless internet supplied to all our family shelters.
We received numerous calls from seniors with their fear of food insecurity.
We're doing wellness calls, outreach. We are also inquiring in those outreach whether there is a need for food or if they would like to have meals delivered to their home.
We did what we could to make sure that people were fed.
I am a participant of the Bronx Work Pantry. I got an 11-year-old granddaughter. People are really struggling.
With our community being the #1 in diabetes, asthma, high blood pressure, and all those other health risks that put you at more risk for the pandemic and COVID-19, it's important to support BronxWorks Pantry because we're providing them with healthy options.
The seniors have been really happy to have the food pantry, especially because they don't have to travel. We even go as far as delivering the food pantry items to their homes.
Being someone who lives off disability, It's such a great help to know that I could get some stuff here that I know that's gonna last me until my next appointment. It's just been a blessing to me and to my family.
Our pantry also provides social services. We want to find out what's going on in your life.
I'm a student in BronxWorks. All the after-school teachers provide me with everything I need.
BronxWorks, we create that safe haven for the students. During the summer when we didn't have any program to offer, his mother was really upset. Once she heard back, that we were back in live action and ready to serve, I just noticed there was a smile on her face. Seeing him, he was really happy.
I love coming here. I can stay so focused when I'm with them.
Being able to provide a constant for people in these very abnormal times is what's so special about BronxWorks.
The virus hit and my store closed down. I didn't know what to do. They were just giving and giving and giving, and that was every week, during the hard times of the pandemic. I just found employment yesterday, so that's good.
That ongoing level of support is primarily important for the community in this time. We impact and change lives and support so many people with the work that we do.
They have really helped me a lot, and I really do appreciate them a lot.
In the good time and the bad time, BronxWorks will always be there for them.
The story of BronxWorks is inextricably tied to the story of the Bronx. For nearly 50 years, we have seen the Bronx evolve and grow, and we have evolved as part of it. From one office to over 40, from Citizens Advice Bureau to BronxWorks, we have continuously grown our impact by living our mission to feed, shelter, teach, and support our neighbors to build a stronger community. The COVID-19 pandemic brought new challenges for the Bronx and for our agency. BronxWorks has always invested in the people of the Bronx, and that has not changed. We will continue to meet the needs of our communities and help build a better future.
I'm a Bronx resident, and so I literally serve my neighbors.
I was born and raised in the High Bridge developments.
I went to middle school, elementary school, and then college in the Bronx. And to this day, I still live in the Bronx.
There's a sense of community and family that I haven't gotten anywhere else. It motivates me when I see people in the streets and the supermarkets, and they're like, "Hey, Miss McGrew, I'm doing well at work still."
I love BronxWorks. I love the people that I work with. We've grown because of the good work that our staff have done in the community. This is home for me.
It feeds my soul. My grandmother just always told me, you're no one until you are able to give back to where you come from. So what better way to serve your community than working for an organization called BronxWorks.
These are challenging times, and that's why we're honoring our frontline BronxWorks staff members who worked so tirelessly during this past year, during this tragic pandemic. Thank you for helping us to honor them and for supporting the services that we can deliver to the most vulnerable communities in the Bronx.
BronxWorks is here for the recovery of the Bronx, to see it back in its upswing. We're here for the long haul.